SEN, The Run Home with Mark Allen for Hyundai, who offers brilliant driveway prices including automatic. We do.
Well, there's a pretty ridiculous story going around just at the moment. Baseball in Australia is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the Canberra Cavalry has risen to the top of the Asian stratosphere as far as baseball is concerned. Windsor Knox is the general manager of the Melbourne Aces, and he's going to explain to me how this is possible. G'day, Windsor.
Hey, Mark. I think I've talked to you more than I've talked to my wife today.
Yeah, well, how was the golf, by the way? I saw you out here. You had a great time following Jason Day inside the ropes.
I tell you what, it was one of the most fabulous days of golf I've ever had, to be that close and up personal and to follow Jason Day and Graham McDowell out there was just absolutely fantastic. Perfect day for golf out there as well.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Now, the Cavalry, they won the Asia Series on Thursday when it beat a Taiwanese team. Now, 14-4, so they didn't just beat them, they absolutely smashed them. Now, we know that in Asia, baseball has been around and is a lot bigger than it is here. How do our boys win this?
Well, yeah, they won the first game when they started out in Asia about 8 days ago against a pretty good Taiwanese Rhino team, and that was the first one ever in ABL history in the Asia Series. And you know, they ended up losing to Japan, but came back and won the next two, and they were just an amazing squad. I don't think they were underestimated, but you know, I heard an interview from one of the Canberra players. They said they just love playing together. You know, the chemistry on the team is just outstanding, and they got a bunch of great players. And you know, they made history. They made ABL history, winning, beating the best teams in Asia, which is a massive accomplishment.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm told 500,000 gets into the Australian Baseball League coffers as well. What's that going to do for baseball? What's it going to do?
I think any money that comes into baseball in Australia is going to further the mission. So, you know, the Diamondbacks and Dodgers are playing in Sydney next year, so we're getting a lot of exposure right now. But you know, the more money that comes into the sport, the more we're going to be able to grow it, and we're going to expose it and try and build it up. But we're getting a lot of good play right now, and we're just kind of riding the wave, and hopefully the Melbourne Aces can take advantage of that.
Well, everywhere I drive these days, Windsor, I see junior baseball and baseball grounds all over the place. I know there's one in Sandy, there's one across the road from where I live in Hampton East there. I mean, they are everywhere. I mean, is it getting bigger and bigger, or is it just me because I keep on, driving past these things and noticing them?
The numbers are up, and I'm a member at Sandringham Baseball Club, so I'm just right around the corner from you.
Yeah.
But ever since the ABL was reintroduced, the numbers are starting to increase, and this was pretty much testament to the old ABL. When the old ABL was here, participation numbers were at their highest. So we're in year 4 right now. Numbers are strong. You know, we're getting a lot of exposure. Great things from like SEN giving us a lot of time to show the sport up. But the numbers are fantastic, and you're right. I mean, you drive by now, and people say, God, I saw some kids playing baseball the other day. So. And we got to get you out there, Marco. You want to come take some batting practice, I understand.
Yeah, so does the Ox, and so does Daniel Harford. We want to get out there and, I don't want to see a 95-mile-an-hour pitch thrown in my direction, Winter, to be fair, but maybe around 75. Can you organise someone who can throw it about 75? I've always enjoyed baseball, and I go to the baseball when I'm in America and all that kind of stuff, but I've actually never hit a pitch, ever. I've been in batting cages, but I'd love to be able to hit, just see what it's like. I'd love to see a big curve. I want to see what it's like, from the batting perspective.
Well, I'll tell you what, you come out next Friday, and I'll tell you what, I'll throw batting practice myself.
Oh, you can't throw 75 miles an hour. Windsor, I saw you today. No way in the world. Hey, what's the... Well, who are the Melbourne Aces? They take on Perth. What's the manager, Phil Dale? What's he got in store for us?
Yeah, listen, John Hussey's going to start tonight against Frawley from over in Perth, and listen, we're 2-6. We've got to win a couple of games, but we've got a solid team this year. We've probably got the best team we've assembled on paper, but we're in Perth, and Perth is always tough, flying all the way over there. Yeah. But we got Hussey on the mound. He's a farmhand from the San Diego Padres and one of our better pitchers. And tomorrow we've got Joey Burns, who was our first-round draft pick. And on Sunday we got Lewis Thorpe, who was drafted last year by the Twins, 18 years old.
From Doncaster.
From Doncaster, and he's an animal. I mean, we're a lot of high hopes from him, and he's a prospect for the Twins. So then we come back next week. Believe it or not, next week we come back and we host the Canberra Cavalry.
Rightio. Well, we want to see what happens there as well. But tell me about this Lewis Thorpe from Doncaster. How old is he? 18 or 19? And he's got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball already, 150 plus Ks. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he's. Listen, I was looking at his numbers last year, and he had something like 75 strikeouts and 10 walks, which is absolutely unheard of. But he gets up there in the 90s. he's bigger and stronger this year, which, he went over the States and spent about a year there. He's gotten bigger and stronger. He said he's feeling fantastic. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes in the mound against Perth on Sunday.
Good on you, Windsor. Thanks for your time, mate. Congratulations to Canberra and the Cavalry and what they were able to achieve over in Asia, in Taiwan. Fantastic for the sport in this country. So are you, mate. You're a genius for the sport in this country, and let's hope it gets bigger and better as we go.
Thanks, mate. And listen, if you want to see the Canberra Cavalry, get tickets online at melbourneaces.com for next Friday night.
Beautiful.